For this year's history theme, Rights and Responsibilities, this document will be focusing on Clara C. Frye and how she helped all colored residents get medical rights. Clara C. Frye helped attain healthcare rights for colored residents in the Tampa Bay area and made it her personal responsibility to care for those in need. A doctor sent a sick man to Frye for help in 1908. She was so worried for the man that she gave up her own bed to care for him, while she slept on a blanket on the floor because she made it her responsibility. Even though Clara opened the Tampa Negro Hospital for mainly black people, she didn't discriminate and accepted people of all colors. Clara C. Frye was born April 17, 1872, London, England, and moved to Tampa, Florida area around 1901, when she was around 29 years old. Her parents are Joseph Duong, a Southern African-American man, and Franny Foreman, a former teacher from London, England. Sadly, very little is known about Frye's early life. Before Miss Frye moved, she trained and gained nursing experience in Chicago, Illinois, and Montgomery, Alabama. She married Sherman Frye, a Tampa barber, and they had 2 sons. Clara C. Frye helped colored residents get medical rights by opening a hospital for them, the Tampa Negro Hospital.
How do you spell your name, and then also how do you pronounce it?
Okay, my name is Fred Hearns, Fredhearns.
Alright, and then how long have you been working at the History Museum, like History Center?
5 years.
Alright, like who is Clara C. Frye?
Clara Frye was a nurse who opened a hospital in her home and operated it for almost 30 years to help black people when there were very few places black people could go for medical treatment in Tampa.
What was her legacy?
Well, Clara Frye's legacy was she saved the lives of, we don't know how many people, I'm sure hundreds of people who otherwise may have died or would have had serious illnesses or injuries that would have negatively impacted their lives for years. So she was a healer in Tampa for black people.
Okay, why did you want to work at the History Center and like be the curator of Black history?
Well, because I wanted to share these stories about people like Clara Frye and other people who made a difference for the black community in Tampa, Florida. I want to help share those stories.
Okay. How important was the hospital?
The hospital started out on Lamar Avenue near 7th Avenue in Tampa Heights, near Nebraska Avenue.
Yeah, like...
And that's where it started in 1908 in her home.
How important was the hospital?
It was vitally important. It saved lives, and it provided, medical care for people who otherwise would not have had it.
Why do you think she felt the responsibility why do you think she felt the responsibility to find a hospital, to create the hospital?
Well, because no one else had done it. There were a few people who would take people who needed medical care into their homes, but I don't know how much medical training they had. She had excellent training as a nurse in Alabama before she came to Tampa. And she had a good heart. She had a very good heart.
So that's like, how did Clara help African Americans when she opened a hospital?
She helped African Americans who didn't have money or didn't have very much money, and she would take them in anyway. And people would donate money to help buy medicine and supplies, and doctors would donate their time to help these people get better. And that's how she helped.
Okay. That's basically it. So, also,
In 1937, with Works Progress Administration funds, a new 62-bed hospital for blacks was built on Union Street at Hillsborough River. Fiddling, the structure was dedicated as the Clara Frye Memorial Hospital. Today, the 9th floor wing at Tampa General Hospital is named in her honor. They also named a pavilion after her. In 2012, Miss Frye was honored as one of the 10 Carter inductees into the newly established Hillsborough County Women's Hall of Fame. She is remembered as a great selfless servant, leader, and advocate. In 1908, a physicist told her about a local black person who had a large tumor and needed surgery, but the local white hospitals were not an option. So Frye decided to open her home on 1615 Lamar Avenue in Tampa Heights for blacks needing surgery. She used her dining room table as an operating table. Also, during the first surgery, she removed a large tumor. Her house from that point on became a clinic to the black community and never refused service because they didn't have money to pay. Finally, 15 years later, she opened the Clara C. Negro Hospital in 1923. It was a small 17-bed hospital on Lamar Avenue. She mostly relied on donations to ease the financial struggles of running a hospital. Also, as a result of not making the patients pay any money, it resulted later in 1928, the city of Tampa purchased the hospital and renamed the hospital as the Tampa Negro Hospital. She continued to work there until she got crippled arthritis and other health problems that forced her to retire after the city took over the hospital. It still later led to political and economic struggles. Lack of funding, overcrowding, and insufficient staffing led to closing and demolition of the hospital in 1973. At the time, African American children and their family were not allowed to go into local hospitals because a large part of society believed that black people did not deserve the same treatment as white people. Also, the goal of equal health care was not possible in 1908. The reason the Frye opened the hospital is because that so many people were coming to her for help that she decided to open a hospital for them so she could take more patients. 20 years after Frye took her first patient, the city bought the hospital, taking over operation, and with Frye still working. Clara C. Frye died on April 8, 1936. She was 63 years old, and she was buried at Woodlawn Cemetery in Tampa Heights.